All right, we are live now. So, hello and welcome. Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining to us today for the 11th session on the role of MicroStation in manufacturing projects. Our special guest today is Mr. Paweł Lachowicz from EBZ Design Engineering. And EBZ Design Engineering is the part of international EBZ group, which is the leader in the global automotive markets. The company provides design and simulation solutions for robotic production lines. EBZ Group is a global company with a wide range of activities covering many aspects of the automotive industry, such as molding technologies, hydrogen technologies, R&D activities, production planning and optimization, and many other business and engineering activities within the automotive industry. And Mr. Paweł leads the team responsible for the design of the workspace in automotive plants. The challenges for this team is to reach agreement with other departments on the placement of robots in the production area, the safety issues, and the necessary design elements, taking into account aspects such as the safety of people working in the factory, moving around the robot stations, logistics and lack of collisions with other elements, and the range of movement of the robots and the absence of potential collisions. The input data available to designers, communication with other teams, and the overall design process, as well as MicroStation's interoperability capabilities. In example, the ability to handle and to work with a wide range of file formats, the ability to work with references, and the other capabilities of MicroStation. This is the topic of today's meeting. Our guest from Bentley side and Bentley expert in the same person is Marta Kaczmarek. Marta is user success manager, and on daily basis she's working with customers, providing trainings and to some level technical support. And my colleague Jędrzej Szwaracki and me, we are sales engineers for Bentley products covering EMEA region. So this is the theme of today's session. This event is live, of course, so we highly encourage you to staying in touch with us. You can ask questions using the comments section. All questions will go directly to us, and we'll raise them during the session or after the presentation in the Q&A session. This meeting is also recorded so for those of you who could, or for your colleagues who could not attend this meeting, it will be available on demand. And stay tuned. There are next sessions upcoming. I will also inform you about this in the end of this presentation, after the presentation. So handing over to Marta and Paweł to continue with the content that we have prepared for you today. Switching the screen, Marta, to yours.
Okay, so maybe I will jump in. So hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Hello.
As it was already said, my name is Paweł Lachowicz. I'm representing EBZ Design Engineering, which is a part of the EBZ group. We specialize in providing planning, design, and simulation solutions for robotic production lines. And we are involved in projects all over the world. We can obviously work from Poland, which is not any obstacle for us. In Poland, currently we have 2 offices. One of them is in Szczecin, where I work. The other one is in Katowice. Both of them consists of 3 departments: planning division, design division, and simulation. And I'm head of planning division in Szczecin. Now I would like to briefly describe types of projects that we work on, because each of them has a different characteristic and therefore different approach is required, and also different tools can be used. So first type would be a pre-planning phase. This type of project is mainly for assessment and development of the investment. The manufacturer has an idea of what and where they want to produce, but without a clear vision regarding the product, technologies, and solutions. And this type of project we can get very creative. It is required to deliver several alternatives that will help the customer decide which option is the best for them. The second type would be new production line, completely new. Here we talk about building a new production line that already has a specific place in a specific building. Preliminary layout is given as an input data. It is also known what is the cycle time of the project, rough material flow, and technologies are also established. Layout is developed throughout the course of the project, and at the end it is delivered along with the foundation plan that indicates the position of the layout elements. The last type would be integration project, let's say. It is to integrate a new model into existing assembly line. In this case, there's already a functioning assembly line that requires modification. We need to define which equipment needs to be removed, what can be reused, or what has to be changed, shifted, and so on. It is also important at this stage to document all the changes, schedule the assembly in a way that it won't interfere with an ongoing production. In all of those projects, our main goal is to develop the layout of the production line. For this purpose, we use MicroStation. That's why I'm here. We find this software very useful at each stage or type of the project. And first of all, MicroStation allows us to easily work with point clouds that are a geometrical representation of an existing building. In many projects, we get these point clouds, which are basically laser scanning data of the building. And then with MicroStation, we can, for instance, model the building using tools built in MicroStation. And I think we can quickly show how it can work. This time, Marta, you can say
okay. Hello, everybody. So now a short technical description. So point cloud is a digital representation of a real object or surface in the 3D space, and a few millions of points which come from the laser scanner or the photogrammetry survey method can be used as a source for geometric information. If we consider using the point cloud in MicroStation for the 3D modeling, I would like to pay attention for a few things. First is a visual presentation of the point cloud. We can display not only by RGB colors, but also by intensity, classification, or by elevation value. Depends on the data we have. It can make the interpretation process much easier. Additionally, MicroStation has a very comfortable clip tools. We can crop our data fast and easily, only to the region of interest, and at the end to get a clear view of the particular area. MicroStation has also a wide offer of 3D tools. It allows to create a complex geometry. They are also very intuitive to use. And on the video, you can see how simple it is to achieve a wall's 3D model with some door openings. Also, when we work with a huge point cloud data, we need to take care about the performance. So in MicroStation, you don't need to worry about it. You can easily scrolling and rotate your design without any delay or crashes. This functionality makes MicroStation an excellent environment for 3D modeling and using the point cloud data.
I have a short question regarding this part. What are the formats for the point clouds files?
Yeah, this is a very important question because MicroStation has a great compatibility with a huge kind of formats. The native format in MicroStation is POD, but you can also import and convert a format like LAS, some ASCII formats like TXT, XYZ, E57, and also you can import formats which are specific for the particular scanners like Leica, Topcon, Ricoh, Faro, or Z&F. And at the end, I would like also to mention that the shown point cloud on the video comes from Navis mobile mapping system, and on their website it is possible also to download the example point clouds. So even if you haven't access to own point cloud data at the moment, you can test MicroStation using this one.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next important thing regarding MicroStation for us is that we can collaborate with other departments thanks to the variety of formats supported by MicroStation. Most often we use JT and STP formats for design models, and DWG or DXF for simulation feedbacks regarding layout. Next big thing about MicroStation is possibility to use cells and libraries of cells. Since we need to build layouts based on actual geometry, we can define our own cells. Here we import design model, for instance, a JT model into MicroStation. The JT comes from a design department. It can be created by CATIA or NX. Then we added the complex 3D model. We simplify it, change. Basically, we can, of course, change everything we need to make it according to the requirements of the customer and save the finished cell into our library. And now we are showing a short way how we work with this. So basically importing, simplifying, and then changing it according to the requirements. In this case, we are talking about a simple deposit, so it's not a big design, but it doesn't really matter what kind of a design we have. It's still possible to make it work in MicroStation.
Yeah, I think it is worth also to mention that MicroStation has a lot of tools for working with the cells, and cell we can understand like a complex element composed of a group of primitive elements or also other complex element that is defined as a model in a cell library for repeated placement. And one tool which is built in MicroStation is replace cells, where we can replace by one click our current cells in the drawing with another one. This functionality could be especially useful when at some stage of the project it turns out that we need to make some changes. For example, like on this video, that different kind of robot should be used. Then we don't need to manually correct each cells, and at the end it saves a lot of time. Another interesting tool in MicroStation for working with cell is the cell selector. It can also speed up the design process. With this tool, we can create a customized button for placement our cells. We can create also a specific key command for each cell, and then this command can be used as a shortcut for placing particular cell. If we work with the projects where a set of the same cells are in use, it is worth to take a moment and make this kind of customization.
With such big projects, I assume that the operating files are growing rapidly. How can we reduce the file size?
So yeah, it's true. And DGN models can contain a lot of geometry, and advanced cells models can be indeed very heavy. In MicroStation, we have two types of cells. First one, the standard cell. DGN file stores cell definition for each placement independent, and it codes making the file bigger by each particular cell. If each cell is different, it is unnecessary to use the standard cell. But for example, when we need to place 100 copies of the same cell, you can use the shared cell option. In this case, cell definition will be saved in the design only by the first time, and the rest of the cells will be perceived as copies instances. It makes the file bigger only once, and as the result, a lot of disk space can be saved. One thing we need to remember is that when we edit shared cell, like for example on the video, these changes will apply to all cell instances.
Okay, thanks.
So Paweł, going back to your presentation, why MicroStation?
Okay, so the last important option that can be utilized in the project is the possibility to track changes and revision of those changes using design history tool. This can be used for integration projects where we need to track what has been deleted, shifted, or changed. And again, Marta, please show us how it can work.
Yes, so design history is a very powerful tool. It allows to better manage the design process. It provides a complete revision control system that allows to track and view the changes made to a model. You can restore and manage the changes like what elements were added, what elements were removed, or what and how elements were modified. These changes can be consolidated by the revisions. For example, first revision can contain the initial project of the manufacturer. Second revision is modified to the real facts, and the third revision contains the new reconstruction project. With design history tool, we can register all phases of the project, and if needed, we can simply go back to the specific one. Yes, so basically I recommended to using this tool. Maybe it's not very popular in MicroStation, but this is like my ask to the user to try this, and please give us some feedback. And with this, I will end my part of the presentation. We have also last slides about the contact information to Paweł and their company.
Yes, exactly. So these options that were presented were all the options that we wanted to share today. If anyone would like to contact my company, you can visit our websites, of course, that are listed here. You can also contact me directly via mail or LinkedIn if necessary, or there would be any questions. And at this point, it is also all from my side.
Okay, thank you very much, Marta and Paweł, for preparing this presentation.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we have learned, I think, some interesting content about how the features like interoperability, design history, which is, as Marta mentioned, maybe not very popular, but very useful functionality of MicroStation. We also learned about cells, which, in my opinion, is valuable content for those who work in manufacturing projects, or actually any other type of projects, because this function are being in use in any industry. However, here we could see it in the context of the specific industry. So thank you very much. And now handing over to Jędrzej. Please, could you tell us a bit more about the role of MicroStation as a data integrator? What are the, let's say, most important things in this area?
Thank you. Let me make a short intro. In the recent times, we have been, I think, witnessing a dynamic development of various types of software, especially including the CAD software. And with this comes new opportunities to improve process efficiency and thus increase cost effectiveness. However, digital design brings with it large, even enormous, as we could see, amounts of data. It doesn't matter whether we are considering a small renovation project or the design of an extensive building complex. A centralized working environment with ever increasing amounts of information and data can be a big game changer. And this is where our software comes to the rescue. MicroStation can act as a data integrator for all existing CAD and BIM environments. We are talking from 2D drafting to 3D modeling to visualization, from building design to civil engineering to construction management. MicroStation provides the basis for data integration. In other words, it is a single tool to have one consistent environment. MicroStation's data integration features include, but they are not limited. For example, support for over 70 interfaces to existing CAD systems, including DWG, and can convert data between MicroStation DGN and hundreds of other formats. Another one, dynamic detection of reference files during transfer and automatic creation of links to databases. In addition, we have access to CAD files from mobile devices without the need for native application. And this is made possible by connecting MicroStation to Bentley Cloud services. And also it's worth mentioning that by default, it is possible to view and mark up 2D drawings and reference files without additional CAD software licenses from other products or other producers. In overall, MicroStation is, I think, the best tool for integrating all available CAD and BIM databases and data because of its powerful capabilities, collaborative features, ease of use, and continuous updates and improvements. Whether you are working on a small, simple project or a large, complex one, MicroStation can help you manage and combine all your CAD and BIM data, ensuring that your designs and drawings are accurate, comprehensive, and up to date.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's true. After what we saw in the Marta's presentation and how we described here, MicroStation is indeed a powerful data integrator. For those who'd like to learn more about this issue, there is an article on in our resources tab at virtuosity.bentley.com. This article covers in detail the possibilities of MicroStation in the context of working on external file formats, importing them, or opening directly without import and conversion. Simply, there's many formats that you can simply open in MicroStation. Yeah, and the best way to check these possibilities on your own project is to evaluate MicroStation. Scanning the QR codes available below the this beautiful graphics, it leads you to 14 days free trial form where you can register and simply download and use MicroStation for free for 14 days. And the start date is the day when you fill out the form. And the small announcement, because we had some issues with streaming on LinkedIn, I see that the number of viewers has increased, but not from the very beginning. I understand some of you has tried to join the meeting on LinkedIn. This meeting is live on YouTube. The link, I have provided the link in the comment, and this link will be available. So if you would like to share this material with your colleagues, feel free. You can share this link. Okay, so moving forward with the agenda, I have prepared some basic information about how to learn MicroStation and how to collect more information about its functions. Here again is the QR code leading to 14 days free trial landing page. We have a YouTube channel, Twitter channel, full of content with learning paths, especially YouTube channel Bentley MicroStation. They are specific learning paths for beginners and for more advanced users, collected into playlists. So feel free to just spend some time on our YouTube channel, watch these videos. So I'm sure you'll find something interesting there. And as I mentioned in the beginning, stay tuned. Fireside Chats is a series of events. So the upcoming next event is scheduled for August 16th. We will be covering the topic of importing and working on 3D files. But this, 3D files. We'll be speaking about working with data captured from the terrain in multiple file formats. So I think this will be interesting for those who work on this type of data or are wondering if to implement 3D scanners or some other devices into your workflows. And
especially Bartek,
yeah,
it will
go
be
ahead.
especially about the photogrammetry data, like created from the drone, photos from the drone, and then import to MicroStation, and how we can use it, and also how we can make some visualization, for example, in Lumen RT.
Perfect. All right. So this is the sample of the topic what will be covered. So stay with us. And again, the QR code. And the last announcement about the offerings we are currently having, the switch campaign, which means if you are the user of any other CAD software than MicroStation, you can reach out to us and request for a discount or for perpetual license or coupon code for annual license. So we can make the transition from AutoCAD to MicroStation easier for you. Stay with us. Here are our contact details. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can send an email to us. Thank you for your time. And yeah, looking forward for next events, and we are inviting all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.